I am going to discuss second lecture of anti-malarial drugs. In the series of anti-malarial drugs, lecture 1 we have discussed. In lecture 1 we have discussed about the definition of anti-malarial drugs, life cycle of malarial parasite, symptoms of malaria, and classification of anti-malarial drugs. Right? Now, in today's lecture, I am going to discuss about different classes of quinoline anti-malarial drugs. In classification of anti-malarial drugs, we have discussed that quinoline is one class of anti-malarial drugs. Right? So, in today's lecture, different classes of quinoline anti-malarial drugs is discussed. First one is quinolines. Quinolines have further 4 subclasses: cinchona alkaloids, 4-aminoquinoline, 8-aminoquinoline, and quinoline methanol. So start with the first subclass, cinchona alkaloids. They are the alkaloids obtained from the cinchona bark, from the natural source. Right? Cinchona bark contain about more than 20 alkaloids, mixture of 20 alkaloids. Out of them, 4 major alkaloids which are isolated from them are quinine, quinidine, cinchonine, and cinchonidine. Right? Now, quinine and quinidine are enantiomer for each other, and cinchonine and cinchonidine are enantiomer for each other. See, in structure of quinidine, there is a chiral center here in side chain. One chiral center, chiral carbon is present, so that it produces the enantiomer, pair of enantiomers. Right? So quinine is the levoisomer and its dextroisomer is known as the quinine. And second one, cinchonine. In cinchonine structure, again here chiral center is present, so that it also produces a pair of enantiomers. Cinchonine is dextroisomer and its levoisomer is known as the cinchonidine. Right? Same structure of quinine and cinchonine. There is a one minor difference, is presence of methoxy group. In quinine, there is a presence of methoxy group on 6th position of quinoline ring, and in cinchonine it is absent. Right? And again, we discuss about quinine. Quinine is the most active anti-malarial drug amongst these 4 cinchona alkaloids. Right? Quinine is most active anti-malarial drug. Right? Its sulfate form, quinine sulfate form, is orally active, and its dihydrochloride form is parenterally active. Right? It is given parenteral route, through parenteral route. Subcutaneous and intramuscular administration of quinine is not recommended because of local tissue damage. Now, next one is SAR, structure-activity relationship of cinchona alkaloids. Right? So, see in structure, this one is the structure of quinine or cinchona alkaloid, common structure for the cinchona alkaloid. R1 is very with different cinchona alkaloid. Right? As we see in previous slide, structure of quinine and cinchonine, if methoxy group present at R1, that is 6th position of quinoline ring, then it is quinine and quinidine, and if there is a hydrogen, then it is cinchonine and cinchonidine. Right? Now, SAR of the cinchona alkaloid can be categorized or can be studied in 2 parts: modification in side chain and modification in quinoline nucleus. Right? So first, start with the modification in side chain. There is side chain attached at the 4th position of quinoline ring. Right? At 4' position of the quinoline ring, there is a side chain. So in side chain, one is non-aromatic heterocyclic ring is present. Right? In this ring, at 3rd and 4th position, asymmetry is produced. Right? At 3rd and 4th position, chiral center is produced. Right? This asymmetry is not essential for the anti-malarial activity. Right? Now, towards next point, again in this non-aromatic heterocyclic ring, nitrogen is present, and at ninth carbon there is a OH group, hydroxyl group is present, which contain the oxygen. Right? The distance between this oxygen and non-aromatic nitrogen atom is important for the anti-malarial activity. Right? So distance between these two atoms should be about 3 angstrom. This distance produces the optimum activity of the quinine or cinchona alkaloid. Right? Now, third point related to side chain is related to secondary alcohol group. See, in ninth carbon or ninth position in side chain, there is CHOH. It is secondary alcohol. This secondary alcohol is essential for the optimum activity of cinchona alkaloid. If any modification is done with this OH group, like oxidation of this secondary alcohol group or esterification, this hydroxyl group lead to the total loss of the activity. Right? That's why this secondary alcohol group is essential for the anti-malarial activity. Right? So this is the points related to the side chain. Right? First one is asymmetry of third and fourth carbon in non-aromatic heterocyclic ring is not important for the activity. Distance between nitrogen atom and oxygen atom is important for activity, and secondary alcohol group is important for the activity. Right? Now, modification in quinoline nucleus. In quinoline nucleus, there is a R1. As we see that if R1 varies, there is a different cinchona alkaloid will produce. Right? As we see here that quinine contain methoxy group in place of R1 or 1,6 position of quinoline ring. Right? So this methoxy group is not essential for the anti-malarial activity. Right? If methoxy group is substituted with different atom, for example halogen, especially chlorine, right, then it increases the activity. Right? Now, next position of quinoline is second position. If this second position 2 dash, right, second position of quinoline ring is blocked by substitution of phenyl ring, then it will lead to the increase in anti-malarial activity. Right? If substitution of aliphatic hydrocarbon is done at this position, second position, then it will not increase the activity. Activity increases only with substitution with phenyl ring at second position. Right? There is no increase in activity with aliphatic hydrocarbon. Right? Now, third point related to quinoline ring is substitution at 8th position. If introduction of halogen atom is done at 8th position, then it will increases the activity. Right? So this is SAR related to the quinoline nucleus. Substitution at 6th position, 2nd position, and 8th position. Right? Next, uses. Quinine is seasonticidal and gametocidal for Plasmodium virex and Plasmodium malaria. It is extremely useful in treating chloroquine resistant Plasmodium falciparum. Right? If patient become resistant to the chloroquine because of Plasmodium falciparum strain produces resistance toward the chloroquine, then patient will not respond to the chloroquine. Right? In this type of cases, quinine is extremely useful for the treatment. Right? It may be beneficial in the symptomatic relief of muscle cramps. It also possesses analgesic, antipyretic, and local anesthetic properties. Okay? Now, toxicity of quinine or cinchona alkaloids are: high dose may produce quinidine-like depressant effect on heart. As we discussed structure of quinine and quinidine, right? They are the enantiomer for each other, right? That's why in high dose of quinine, it produces the activity of quinidine. As we know that quinidine is anti-arrhythmic drug, it produces the depressant effect on the heart, right? So that's why in high dose, quinine also produces the quinine-like depressant effect on the heart and may cause vasodilation and hypotension. That means dilation of the blood vessels and decreasing blood pressure. Right? Toxic dose may induce abortion in pregnant lady. It is not used alone. It is generally used along with primaquine, pyrimethamine or sulfonamide for the treatment of malaria. Okay. Now, second subclass is 4-aminoquinolines. Okay. During the period of 1940 to 1944, a limited number of anti-malarials were available in the market. Right? And these anti-malarials, limited number of anti-malarials shows the high toxicity and low therapeutic index. Right? So that to overcome this problem, 4-aminoquinolines were investigated in US through different research programs. Next, are related to 4-aminoquinolines. Right? Examples of 4-aminoquinolines are chloroquine and amodiaquine. In first structure, this one is the basic structure of the 4-aminoquinoline. Here is quinoline ring, and at fourth position, amino group, substituted amino group is present. So that is it. It is 4-aminoquinoline structure. And SAR of these 4-aminoquinolines can be studied in different category, like related to quinoline nucleus, modification related to quinoline side chain, and related to terminal nitrogen atom of side chain. Right? To start with the quinoline nucleus. In quinoline nucleus, quinoline ring is inherently more active than acridine ring for a same given side chain. Right? Side chain given in 4-aminoquinoline. If this side chain is with acridine ring, it produces the less activity, right, as compared to quinoline ring. That's why with given side chain, quinoline ring is essential for the or important for the activity. Right? Now see in ring, quinoline ring, there is a 7-chloro group. This 7-chloro group produces the optimum activity. Right? Now at third position, see R1 is denoted. Right? If this in place of R1 methyl group is substituted, then decreases the activity. Right? Additionally, if methyl group is substituted at the position 8, then it will lead to the loss of the activity. Right? In case only 3 methyl substitution, activity will decrease, but additionally 3 and 8 dimethyl substitution if done, then activity will lose. Right? So this is the modification related to the quinoline nucleus. Right? In quinoline side chain, at fourth position, that is substituted amino side chain. That one is dialkyl amino alkyl side chain. In NH, that is secondary amine, R is substituted. R is alkyl side chain, alkyl group, and at the terminal of this alkyl group there is dialkyl amino group. That's why whole chain is known as the dialkyl amino alkyl side chain. See in chloroquine structure here. See, this one is alkyl chain, and this alkyl chain is ended with tertiary amine group, substituted amine group, dialkyl amine group. Right? That's why whole chain is known as the dialkyl amino alkyl side chain. Right? In this side chain, there are 2 to 4 carbon atoms between 2 nitrogen atoms. One nitrogen is from this amino group and one nitrogen from this terminal amino group. Right? Between these 2 nitrogen atoms, there should be at least 2 to 4 carbon atoms present. Right? If 2 to 4 carbon atoms present between these 2 nitrogen atoms, activity will be optimum. For example, chloroquine. See, in chloroquine, there are 4 carbon atoms are present. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 carbon atoms are present. That's why it produces the optimum activity, right? Now in side chain, if we introduce the unsaturation, that is carbon-carbon double bond, that will not affect the antimalarial activity, right? Now in side chain, if we incorporate aromatic ring, then activity of the molecule will decrease, and as well as toxicity will also decrease. For example, the ammoniac queen. See, in ammoniac queen structure, inside chain aromatic ring is present, right? So ammoniac queen has less toxicity and less activity as compared to the chloroquine. If we see structure of chloroquine, there is a inside chain one chiral center is present. See here, directly adjacent carbon attached to the amino group, 4 amino group, right? So this carbon, adjacent carbon, is chiral carbon, so that it produces the pair of enantiomers, right? So we discuss about the enantiomer and its activity. Then the exoenantiomer of the chloroquine is less active as compared to its levoenantiomer, right? So these are the points related to the quinoline side chain, right? First of all, what type of side chain is present? Dialkyl amino alkyl side chain is present, and distance between two nitrogen atom, right? One is 4 amino and one is nitrogen of terminal amino group, right? These two nitrogen should be separated by at least 2 to 4 carbon atom for the optimum activity, right? And introduction of double bond or unsaturation in side chain will not affect the antimalarial activity, right? If we incorporate aromatic ring in side chain, then compound has less toxicity and less activity, right? For example, ammoniac queen. And about the chloroquine, chloroquine produces the pair of enantiomer because of presence of chiral center in side chain, right? So its dextroenantiomer is less active as compared to its levoenantiomer, right? Now discuss about the terminal nitrogen atom of the side chain. This one, right? In both cases, chloroquine and ammoniac queen. See, it is tertiary, right? So terminal nitrogen should be tertiary form, right? Tertiary nitrogen produces the optimum activity, right? Now, if we see the in a chloroquine, there is ethyl group. In both, ethyl group is present on tertiary amine group, tertiary nitrogen atom, right? If hydroxylation of this ethyl group is done, then it produces the compound that is hydroxyethyl group, right? It has the less toxicity and more plasma concentration. For example, metabolite of chloroquine. Now, mechanism of action of the chloroquine, right? It is not well understood, right? But explained by the digestion of the hemoglobin, right? So when plasmodium is in erythrocytic phase in human, right, then hemoglobin of the erythrocyte is transported into the food vacuoles of the plasmodium, right? And inside the plasmodium, food vacuole of plasmodium, digestion of the hemoglobin will occur, and this will lead to the release of amino acids and free heme, right? A released amino acid is used by plasmodium as a food, and free heme is toxic to the plasmodium cells, so that it get polymerized into the hemozoin polymer by plasmodium cell, right? Then that complex hemozoin form is not toxic to the plasmodium cell. Only free heme is toxic to the plasmodium cell, right? So our drug quinolines bind to hemozoin through drug heme complex and cause the degradation of this polymer hemozoin. It will lead to the release of the free heme, right? And this free heme is toxic to the plasmodium cell and cause the death of plasmodium cell, right? Other possible mechanism of the chloroquine is it may bind to double-stranded DNA, right? And this result in inhibition of function of the DNA and RNA polymerase, right? Also, it may inhibit various enzyme system. It may bind to the lysosome. It will lead to the stabilization of the lysosomes, and ultimately it inhibits the cellular growth, right? Now, next uses. Chloroquine is highly effective against the asexual erythrocytic form of Plasmodium vivax and sensitive strains of Plasmodium falciparum as well as gametocytes of Plasmodium vivax. It completely cures falciparum malaria. Next, amodiaquine. It is used for suppressing Plasmodium vivax and Plasmodium falciparum infection, being 3 to 4 times more active than the quinine. Right? Toxicity of 4-aminoquinolines are bone marrow depression, nausea, vomiting, headache, blurred vision, and dermatitis. Next one is 8-aminoquinolines. Examples are primaquine, pamaquine, and quinocide. Primaquine was first synthetic anti-malarial agent to be introduced into clinical practice, right? Primaquine diphosphate, its salt form of primaquine. It is orally absorbed. If it is taken orally, it is well absorbed through GIT. Then it is metabolized into its different metabolites like 5-hydroxy primaquine, 5-hydroxy-6-dimethyl primaquine, etc. Right? And these metabolites are excreted in urine along with unchanged small amount of drug molecule. Right? Parenteral form of the primaquine is not available. Now, some points related to SAR, structure activity of relationship of the 8-aminoquinoline are see in a structure, basic structure of 8-aminoquinoline. Right? At the in quinoline ring at the 8th position, there is a substituted amino group. Right? Example is we have seen primaquine and pamaquine. Same structure at 8th position, substituted amino group is present. Right? If we discuss about the SAR points, then start with the methoxy group. Right? If methoxy group is present at 6th position, it produces a high chemotherapeutic index. Right? But it may be substituted by hydrogen hydroxyl group or low ultraoxy group. Right? Now, additionally, methoxy group can be introduced at 2nd or 5th position of the quinoline ring. Right? If 6th position methoxy group is present, right? But additionally, you can substitute a methoxy group at 2nd or 5th position of the quinoline ring. It will increase the therapeutic index of the molecule. Right? Next is about the terminal nitrogen. Right? In this 8-aminoquinolines, terminal nitrogen may be primary, secondary, or tertiary group. All produces the anti-malarial activity. Right? Additional substitution in the quinoline nucleus is the 4th and 5th position may be beneficial for the activity. Right? So these are the points related to SAR of 8-aminoquinolines. Next, mechanism of action of the primaquine. Primaquine can generate reactive oxygen species via an auto-oxidation of the 8-amino group. As we see in structure, there is 8-amino group in the primaquine. This amino group is undergo auto-oxidation and produces the different reactive oxygen species like hydrogen peroxide, superoxide, and hydroxyl radical. Right? And this reactive oxygen species cause the damage to the critical cellular component of the plasmodium. right? If it causes the damage to the critical cellular component of the plasmodium, it will lead to the inhibition of the plasmodium cells, right? It appears to disrupt the parasitic mitochondria, right? If it disrupts the parasitic mitochondria, it will lead to the disruption of several processes, right? For example, maturation in the subsequent form, right? It is known that it also interferes with the protein synthesis, enzymes, erythrocyte, phospholipid metabolism in parasites, right? Ultimately, it inhibits the plasmodium cell, right? Next, uses. Primaquine is generally given along with 4-aminoquinolines to prevent relapses in Plasmodium vivax and Plasmodium oval infections, right? And to reduce chances of development of chloroquine resistant strains of Plasmodium, right? If chloroquine is given with the this primaquine, then chances of the resistance will decrease. It is used against primary exoerythrocytic form of Plasmodium falciparum. Right? It also depresses myocardial excitability and possesses antiarrhythmic actions. Right? Toxicity: it produces nausea, vomiting, anorexia, headache, hemolytic anemia, leukopenia, and methemoglobinemia. Right? What is hemolytic anemia? Anemia due to the breakdown of the RBC. As we see in this, breakdown of RBC occur. That's why it lead to the hemolytic anemia. Right? Leukopenia, that is the low count of the WBC in the blood, so that decreases the immunity. And methemoglobinemia, that is the increases the blood level of methemoglobin. Right? It is a form of hemoglobin. Next, fourth subclass is phenolene methanol. For example, mefloquine. It is a drug developed to deal with problem of chloroquine resistance, Plasmodium falciparum, and it is indicated for the treatment and prevention of chloroquine resistant or multi-drug resistance Plasmodium falciparum. Right? Especially when patient is infected with Plasmodium falciparum, and after the long use of chloroquine, it gets resistant, and chloroquine is not cure the malaria due to Plasmodium falciparum. Then this drug mefloquine is indicated for the treatment of this type of infection. Right? Its mechanism of action is not known, right? But it is known that it may bind to the phospholipids in Plasmodium, right? And it causes the lysis of phospholipid layer and raises the protozoa's intravascular pH, and that will lead to the death of the Plasmodium cells. Right? Now, in next lecture, we will discuss about the remaining classes of the anti-malarial drugs. Thank you.